My boss fired me for being too sick. Now she's begging for my help after discovering what I actually do. My boss fired me last month because I took too many sick days. Yesterday, she called me in tears, offering triple my salary to come back. I vowed. I wasn't just the quiet girl who organized files, and I was the only one who understood the million-dollar system I built for them. When I was diagnosed with lupus last year, my symptoms came in unpredictable waves. Some weeks I was fine, others I could barely get out of bed. I always made up the work, staying late, working weekends. My projects were never late, but my boss, Melissa, only saw the empty desk. Your absences are disrupting team morale, she told me during my performance review. Not even looking up from her tablet, someone else manages to show up consistently. I tried explaining my condition, even offered doctor's notes. She cut me off. This isn't a hospital, Sarah. It's a business. We need reliable people. 2 weeks later, after missing 3 days for severe flare-up, I found a cardboard box on my desk. Melissa stood nearby, arms crossed. We're letting you go. Your position requires someone who can actually be present, as security escorted me out. I remembered something crucial. In my 3 years there, I'd single-handedly built their entire client management system, a complex custom database that tracked $4.2 million in annual revenue. No documentation existed because no one had ever asked for any. I'd offered to write manuals multiple times. We don't have budget for that, was always the response. For a month, I focused on my health, several new medications, adopted a rescue cat. I applied for remote positions that wouldn't punish me for having an immune system that occasionally betrayed me. Then my phone rang, a Nundle number. Sarah. Melissa's voice sounded different. Smaller. We need to talk. Their system had crashed. Client information, billing records, contract details, pertant, all inaccessible. Their tech team couldn't figure it out. Their biggest client was threatening to leave. We'll pay you as a consultant. Name your price, she said. Desperation evident. I thought about the days I dragged myself to work, barely able to function, but terrified of losing my job. How she'd called my chronic illness disruptive and unreliable. I am sorry, but I've accepted a position with another company, I said truthfully. A remote role with flexible hours and managers who understand that my value isn't measured by which chair I sit in, please. Her voice cracked. Just a few days. We'll pay triple your old salary. You know what's interesting about autoimmune diseases, I replied. They teach you what's actually important, like working somewhere that sees you as a human, not just an attendance record. I hung up and turned back to my laptop where I was finishing documentation for my new employer, partner company, whose first question during my interview was what accommodations they could provide to help me succeed. Some people only see your empty chair, others recognize what you bring to the table. I finally know which ones deserve my talents.